Good evening. Many thanks for joining us. Welcome to CoreTV News at 7 with me, Emmanuel Ezekiel. We start with the Vice President Namadi Sambo, who is said to have presided over a federal government transition committee meeting on Monday, where the terms of reference and guidelines for preparing the handover briefs for the incoming government were discussed. This is the first time that the committee members are meeting after it was set up after the March 28 presidential election. The meeting was held at the vice presidential wing of the presidential villa, and afterwards, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Pius Ayim Pius, gave an insight into the deliberations. And moving on, the All Progressives Congress has called for the cancellation of results announced for the governorship and state House of Assembly elections in Akwa Ibom and Rivers State. The party spoke through its National Publicity Secretary, Lai Mohammed, and said the elections were fraught with massive irregularities. Patience Ajiboye, who was at the press briefing by the party in Lagos, filed in this report.
The announcement of PDP's Nyesom Wike and Emmanuel Udom in Rivers and Akwa Ibom states respectively as winners of the just concluded governorship election, according to the APC, is nothing but a shocker. National Publicity Secretary of APC, Lai Mohammed, who spoke on behalf of the party, says elections in the states were mere caricature of what credible elections should be.
Governorship and House of Assembly elections were held across the country on Saturday. While the elections went on smoothly in most parts of the country, the situation was different in some others, where all that took place was nothing but mock elections. Two of the states that witnessed such caricature of elections are Rivers and Akwa Ibom, where elections were not conducted in accordance with INEC guidelines. Because of this, we in the APC are left with no choice than to demand the immediate cancellation of the purported elections in the two states.
He says the party wants the elections cancelled due to what he described as failure by the electoral umpire INEC in the supply of electoral materials in many wards and snatching of ballot boxes, actions which, when contested, subsequently resulted in the death of some APC members by PDP thugs.
PDP thugs killed two of our members in Ibiono, Ibo, when Basi Albert invaded a rack center in the area with over 50 thugs to cut away ballot materials. The PDP thugs also killed one of our members in Insit Ubiom. 3 APC supporters were also killed in Uyo. Yet another APC member was killed in Urua. One more APC member was killed in Ini local government area. This was acknowledged by the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Mr. Babadi Sabolanta, who was in charge of elections in the state.
The APC publicity scribe added that the sentiment of his party is one shared by observers, both foreign and domestic.
We have indicated that some local and international election observers have also been very critical of the elections in the two states, with some calling for an outright cancellation. The leader of the African Center for Leadership Strategies and Development, Mr. Humphrey Bekaren, said in Porakot that the observers were shocked that INEC disregarded the widely reported violent irregularities to begin the process of declaring results in Rivers State.
While those who have been declared winners of the elections continue to celebrate, the process leading to their emergence continues to generate differing reactions. Patience Ajiboye, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room wants the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to take a second look at the outcome of the governorship elections in some states of the Federation, including Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Abia State. This, the coalition says, is because of the activities of some politicians and electoral officials, which it says is contrary to provisions of the electoral guidelines. According to the Civil Society Situation Room, there were several reports of electoral misconduct as well as violent attempts to subvert the process, which are enough grounds to question the credibility and the outcome of the elections there.
The announcement of PDP's Nyesom week.
Largely, I think it was an improvement. There were 3 specific states where the governorship elections were questionable, and we questioned the veracity and credibility of the results from Akwa Ibom, from Rivers, and from other states. Where it would appear that election officials acted with a lot of impunity, raising questions about the nature of control of the state-level election officials by the National Commission of INEC, and it makes us worry whether you should have this sort of situation where state-level officials are operating with a lot of impunity.
And here in Lagos, following the declaration of Akinwumi Ambode as governor-elect of Lagos State, the Independent National Electoral Commission, with the total votes of 811,994, as against his PDP gubernatorial candidate Jimmy Agbaje, who clinched 659,788 votes. In the Governor-elect's acceptance speech at the APC Secretariat in Lagos, Governor-elect Ambode promised to continue the legacy of good administration in the state.
That I shall devote myself to bring even greater prosperity, growth and development to every inch of this state. That I shall build on this legacy and progress of the Bola Tinubu and Babatunde Fashola administrations of Lagos into my governance. And I shall make you proud and glad that you chose me as your next governor.
He also expressed excitement that APC has emerged progressive governance or merged progressive governance in the state at the national level with that of the state.
To the Lagos State chapter of our great party, All Progressives Congress. Moreover, you have been a tireless, selfless, and inspiring campaigner for this cause.
The Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Musli Obanikoro, has congratulated the Governor-elect Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, over his victory. Obanikoro, whose son, Ibrahim, failed to clinch the Etiosa constituency 1 seat at the House of Assembly, had earlier on Saturday accused the All Progressives Congress of intense rigging. However, the minister has on Monday morning congratulated Ambode on his Facebook page. He wrote simply that, "I congratulated Ambode as governor of Lagos State elect." The minister had been one of the most stringent critics of the All Progressive Congress in Lagos State. Meanwhile, the governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress in Kwara State, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, has been declared winner of the governorship election by INEC in the state, having polled 295,835 votes to beat his counterpart, SS Ajibola, who scored 115,200, and Labour Party candidate Mike Omotosho, who also scored 2,973 votes. It was announced by the returning officer, Professor Musbao Akonji.
APC 295,832. 295,832. CPP 1014. 1014. COBA 335. 335. LP 2973. 2973. PDP 115220. 115220. Total votes cast 434,354. Looking at the results, APC has the highest number of votes at 295,832. 295,832. The other condition is that the party having the highest number of votes must have 25% of vote cast in 2/3 of local governments. There are 16 local governments. They have the highest score in the 16. So automatically they fulfill the second condition. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I therefore declare APC candidate the winner of the election conducted on the 11th of April 2015.
The PDP governorship candidate in Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has been declared winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The returning officer for the election, Osase Orawuse, says Wike scored 1,029,102 votes to defeat other contenders for the post. Dakuku Peter side scored 124,896 votes in the election. The PDP state agent, Tella Ikuru, however, commended INEC for a good job, while the APC agents left the coalition center before the eventual declaration of the result. Meanwhile, PDP has won 25 out of the 26 seats in the Rivers State House of Assembly, leaving one for the APC. Elections in 6 constituencies are inconclusive, according to the electoral body.
Well, I don't think anything actually happened. I believe that we are agents here, and every person is here to protect the interest of his party. And whatever happened, I believe that they have done the best they could in the circumstance for their party. But we simply refused and did not allow them to mislead the commission. At the end of the day, I think they realized that that is the correct position. I will say it is near perfect. If I say perfect, then I will be assuming that God, first and foremost, God was the person who supervised the election, and God, the angels themselves, partook in the election. When you say perfect, but other than that, considering the human nature and considering that we are in a part of the world where people always think that the best way to grab power is by force, it's not uncommon to have pockets of people who would like to try what manner of things here and there. But I believe, even more importantly, that the people have spoken and their voice is loud and clear. The majority, the minority cannot overcome, supersede, and eventually lead the majority. There may be some pockets of trouble here and there, but at the end of the day, the majority spoke and spoke very loudly.
Thank you very much.
Having gone through all this, what did this portend?
Well, if you just joined us, you're watching CoreTV News at 7. We'll go for another break, but when we return, we'll bring you a story of how, well, to some people, it's unexpected for them, how the APC won an election, governorship election, that is, in one of the states in central North Nigeria. Stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical. Women being so powerful, yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
Welcome back. You're watching CoreTV News at 7. You can reach us on our following social media platform: Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News, or our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. You can also reach us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV. Leave a space and then news. Now, Deputy Governor and APC governorship candidate Abdullahi Umar Ganduje has won the gubernatorial election in the state of Kano with a wide margin, with the APC candidate also cleansing all the 44 seats of the State House of Assembly. According to the election results collated at INEC office Kano and read out by the state returning officer Hamisu Mohammed Abubakar Ganduje, polled 1,546,241, while the PDP gubernatorial candidate Sagir Salisu Takai got 510,524 votes.
Results of election to the office of governor. I, Professor Muhammad Hamis Muhammad, hereby certify, 1, that I was the returning officer for the Kano State 2015 governorship election, held on the 11th day of April 2015. Second, that the election was contested. Third, that the candidates received the following votes. Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, APC, scored 1,546,434 votes. Then Salihu Muhammad Sagir of PDP obtained 509,726 votes. Fourth, that Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje of All Progressive Congress, APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
The governorship candidate of the All Progressive Congress in Benue State, Samuel Otom, has been declared winner of the April 11th elections in the state. He polled 422,932 to beat his closest rival, the People's Democratic Party's candidate, Tehran Tazor, who polled 313,878 votes. The Benue State INEC returning officer, Professor Hayford Mufayu, announced the results of the different parties that participated in the election at about 7:25 a.m. on Monday. In his immediate reaction, the director of Tazor campaign organization, Cletus Tioka, accused INEC officials in the state of not being transparent in the electoral process, while the Benue State Resident Electoral Commissioner, Estefanos Danwang, dismissed any act of electoral malpractice in the state.
I hereby, on behalf of the campaign organization and the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Right Honorable Prince T.M. Tazor, react to the announcement of the results of the governorship elections conducted in Benue State on the 11th of April 2015 by INEC. A. Right Honorable T.M. Tazor sends his congratulations to Dr. Samuel Otom and the APC for victory at the polls. He wishes Otom and his wife, Mrs. Eunice Otom, a successful tenure as governor of Benue State and First Lady, respectively. B. Right Honorable T.M. Tazor has reservations concerning the conduct of the elections in the state by the INEC Commissioner, Professor Estefanos Danwang. But in the spirit of the greater Benue State, we prefer to move forward and forget the professor's indiscretions.
That Autumn Samuel Iore of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. And it's signed by my humble self, dated this 13th day of April 2015.
Now, to a state where only House of Assembly elections took place, at Edo State, that is Now reports that when it reports the results started trickling in, 95% of results were for the APC in the 24 constituencies in the state. On a visit to Edo South Coalition Center, the returning officers officially announced APC as winner.
Having satisfied the requirement of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared winner and is returned elected. 11th day of April 2015.
Professor Aideyan Osagede hereby certify 1. That I was the returning officer for the Oredo East State Constituency election held on the 11th day of April 2015. 2. That the election was contested. 3. That the candidates received the following votes. 1. Osaigbovo Iyoha, APC, 15581. 15581. Jude Osasere Sam Art of Blessing, LP, 141. 141. Omorodion Nusakari, PDM, 94. Omorodion Nusakari, PDM, 94. Monday O. Okoro, PDP, 9087.
The coalition, which was done all night, had security operatives keeping vigil on the result, just as party agents closely monitored the figures to avoid any form of lapses. In Edo North, it was all the way for the APC, while in Edo Central, it was draw as APC and PDP shared the constituencies. On the inconclusive and inclusive Edo South Senatorial District in Orionwa, the PDP candidate Matthew Urogide won the poll against Samson Osage of the APC.
SDP 07. 4. That Osaigbovo Iyoha of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned.
Well, at the end of it all, the results were more favorable to the APC. Now straight to outside Nigeria, former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has formally entered the 2016 presidential race for the White House in a bid to become the first woman U.S. president. She launched a campaign website by telling Americans she wanted to be their champion. Hillary Clinton ran for the Democratic presidential nomination in 2008 but lost to the current president, Barack Obama. The overwhelming Democratic favorite has been expected to declare her candidacy for months. She is expected to officially kick off her campaign in midway. Hillary already has the backing of President Barack Obama, who told a news conference at the Summit of the Americas in Panama that she would make an excellent president. And her successor in the post of the Secretary of State, John Kerry, called her a good friend. Hillary was also First Lady when her husband, Bill Clinton, was President of the United States. And that's our package for 7. Thanks very much for watching. On Flagship News, primetime news, that is, will come up at 9:45 to join us then. Meanwhile, the reporter 2015 election special will come up shortly. Stay with us.